Hi, everyone. Delfino Aguilar here from Kind Lending, SVP of Wholesale Production. And I'm really excited to talk to everyone today on our newest edition of Del Talk with Mindy Stearns. Hi, Mindy. I love it. I love the energy. It's awesome. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time today, Mindy. I know you're super busy.
Oh, I'm never too busy to sit down with you, Delfino. Never.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So listen, we want to go into a lot of stuff today. I know we're kind of limited on time, so I want to spend some time with you today. And the first thing I want to do is kind of introduce you for you to talk a little bit about your professional background. You have an extensive professional background. I want to talk to you a little bit about your position here that I'm kind of holding off for a secret to people talking because I want to spend some time on that as well. But maybe talk to us a little bit about your professional background.
Well, it's kind of strange if I go way back. I actually went to school, University of Oregon, woohoo, go Ducks, and Oregon Health Sciences, and got a degree in dental hygiene. I did that for a few years before I moved to Chicago and got a chance spot on the Oprah show. And through that, exposure, it opened the door to a big media career, which ended up in radio and television and film. And I ended up being a broadcast journalist at Entertainment Tonight, Channel 5 in Los Angeles. I did a lot of voiceover work in LA. I was in the Princess Diaries, that Disney film with Gary Marshall, which was the highlight of my acting career. But mostly on camera and voiceover. I was the voice of Bridezilla for 3 seasons. It was a show on We, and just done a lot of different things in the media world. So that's kind of really where I got my, sharpened my skills, was in media. So
that's cool. Nice. My daughters love that movie, The Princess Diaries. They're always watching it. And I didn't tell them. I was like, I know them. But next time they see, they might ask you for an autograph or something.
So that's so cute.
So, that's a very, very cool, extensive background. So now here at Kind Lending, you have a very important, job with us, right? You are the Chief Kindness Officer, right? So what does that position do at Kind Lending? Seriously.
Well, I mean, as you look out there anymore in the landscape of business and corporate world, you're seeing more and more how important the culture is at a company. And, we started as a Chief Happiness Officer because it was, I like kind of exude happiness. I wake up happy. And then I had fun calling myself the Chief Ho. And Glenn's like, maybe we had a chance. So it was a lot of fun. We had some fun with it in the beginning. And then really when Glenn changed the name to Kind, when he decided to found Kind Lending, it was the idea to create a movement. And you see it happening in the world. The Dalai Lama has been talking about it forever, and it just makes sense that kindness is important in a workplace. And it's important in everything we do. And more than ever right now in the world we're in, kindness is key, and it is your currency. And so, Glenn had his business before me. 30 years he had founded Stearns Lending, and I was kind of in the perimeter of that. I would come in and I would help out. I would help write his emails. I would proofread. I would do the Christmas parties and the holiday get-togethers and all that stuff. So I was involved, but not really. I was a little on the fringe. So when he started Kind Lending, it really, it's 17 years into our marriage, and we've been through it all. 2007 was brutal. We went through the takeover and the changing of the guards. And then, we had cancer, and we've been through a lot together. So Glenn was he really wanted me to be a big part of the second chapter, so to speak. So here we are. Here I am, the Chief Kindness Officer of Kind Lending. I feel very auspicious. It's a very auspicious name.
That's right. So I know you hit on something important because of culture, right? And when I first talked to Glenn about coming over, we talked a lot about culture and things like that. And I know that's really important to him. And you hit it from the comment from the Dalai Lama, and we're seeing it, especially in our industry and, like you said, our world. But you guys are really driving that, right? You're driving the culture from you, from Glenn, from Yvonne, the rest of the leaders in our company. Why is there such a big focus on that? Like, why are we focusing so much on that? Right?
I think it's
a big part of it.
I think it's important to reinvent yourself always. I think continuing to pivot and pivot as the landscape dictates. And I think what's happened, we're in a strange time. We're in a strange world where there's a lot of division. There's a lot of angst. There's a lot of frustration and stress. And it's so important to remember how important the tiniest act of kindness can completely change a person's day. A kind word, a kind gesture, a kind observation. And when Glenn came up with his name, it was really fun for him to go through looking at the logo and thinking about it. And it resonated with him. The show that he did on Discovery was really, really kind of pulled back the layers of who he was and got him to bare bones. And from that, he was able to see a more clear vision of what he wanted for his future. And, his company Stearns, when he founded that, the culture existed. It was a really strong aspect of that company. It was him. He was an open book. It was open door. It was like, management is not off limits. Come in our office. Tell us your ideas. Like we were hungry for integration among all levels of the corporation. And the culture started to shift a little bit. And, no knock to the way business is done in other places, Wall Street and corporate. I understand at the time it was a moment where Glenn saw we could grow bigger and create more opportunity for everyone within the company. And then sometimes there's things that just get in that just don't quite work with the culture that you originally intended to start out. It's kind of the nature of business at some point. And he just wanted a reset. So this is his reset. And this is his chance to really do it exactly the way he wants to, with 30 years of experience and all that wisdom, and bringing back incredible team members like you, Delfino, and so much of the team that we have at Kind. So I saw the growth. I saw the rise, the fall, the pain, the struggle. And to be part of this next wave is really meaningful and really exciting for me to be there. So
and we appreciate everything you do, especially the survey you send out, which I want to talk to you about that for sure right next, because it's fun. Because I do see the culture. Everybody that gets here, we just got an email for somebody that just joined yesterday. You were on that, and she's like, "I'm so happy to be here. Things are so awesome. Give us some feedback." I think for me, a personal story for me, I've been with Glenn since 2012 as his AE and in different positions with him, right? And when we're here at Kind Lending, the what you just said right now about everybody's accessible in management is key here. Everybody, right? So me coming back, Glenn and I and Yvonne are constantly talking, and I would call Glenn for something, and it was a maybe 45-second conversation. And it was to the point. We got something done. It was a big decision, and it was quick. It was great. It was easy. It felt like natural. It was a natural conversation, and that comes with their long relationships that all of us have. But in addition to that open, Delfino, you need something, let's do this. Like, no, you don't have to hold back. And that culture of openness is key to us. And I think you drive that a lot. So thank you for that. You and Glenn do an awesome job on that. So thank you. And a lot of that is the kind of information we get as a new team member joins, right? Because we have a survey that you send out, right? We want to know about it.
Whenever somebody
talk about that.
When you and Natalie and Melissa and others will send me like who's starting next week, because we always get our new people on Monday, and I love to send them a survey. It's 20 questions, and it's just really getting to know you. It's tell us about yourself. What are some fun things about you? What is your favorite color, your favorite flower, your favorite celebrity, your favorite comedian, jokes and fun stuff, and then we go into also tell me what culture means to you. What makes an environment that's something you think is important. Tell us your favorite snacks you want to see in the vending machine. I mean, things that people want to see on a daily basis and want to experience. And when we are able to get back into a more gathering space, we've got so many fun activities that are in the queue because, I've gotten feedback from all the employees. This is what's important to me. This is what made work fun when work was fun. So, and I think that we want to put the fun in funding. I mean, because it's important to be take yourself lightly, to take business seriously, but life lightly, because you can laugh, you can smile, and things do get stressful. There's no doubt. Life is going to get hard. Things aren't going to go as planned. Systems are going to break down. That's going to happen. And you're entitled to be mad and get frustrated. But at the end of the day, look, you got a great team of support around you, and you've got a great management team that listens to the concerns and the complaints of everyone at the company. So I think all those things are really important. And I love to create some personalized birthday greetings. We're still growing, so I don't have like 20 birthdays a day. We still can have.
They're awesome.
So you people, all the people on the ground, you feel lucky.
Yeah. They're awesome. I gotta say, one of my favorite ones was the one of Yvonne.
Yeah, I know,
So
right? She's a Wonder
that was my
Woman.
most favorite one, and I always give her a hard time about it. It's funny. It was funny.
That and Mark
So
Allen.
Mark Allen was good too. Mark Allen was probably one of the funniest, actually. That was,
Yeah, but Yvonne
you
is
know,
Wonder Woman.
yeah. That's how it was great. So, quickly to talk about The Office, because you just said, what people like in the vending machines. Can you talk about what you thought? Because, the sign, there's a signage change, right? We put our name up at Kylandia and Hunton, right?
Yeah.
But the whole office,
so
on the 10th
exciting.
floor,
Yes.
that was exciting. That was fun. But the office inside is different. Can you talk to us a little bit about, so once we can all go to the office, because I feel that's special. It's a whole new look. What came with the concept behind that? Like, it's a cool concept, pictures.
When I first went in there, I kind of started, and basically the rainbow threw up in my office because I love color. I believe in, celebrating all colors of the rainbow. And I've always been, when I was a child, I had rainbows on my wall, on my sheets, on my curtains, hanging from my ceiling. Like, I've always just been drawn to every color of the rainbow. And so I got the most colorful carpet you could imagine. And then it just kind of bled everywhere. And it just was so fun to create a space that felt like a garden, felt like warmth, felt colorful. And Glenn helped pick out these incredible wall murals. And I think the first one was designed by Jeff and the marketing team to create this incredible wall mural that just had all the key words to our company, kindness, work hard, play hard, fun, laughter. And then we just kind of built around the color splash in the lobby. And then I wanted sparkle. I wanted bright. We have a wall, which I love, our graffiti wall, which is basically like a brick wall. And you can take your paint pen and make your stamp, spread some kindness, spread a quote, kindness, a picture, an art. And it is beautiful. We have so many artists in the company. It's been so fun. And there's no design template that we made with the company. We didn't look at an interior design palette and say, this is our palette, we're going to have these colors. It was like, guess what? Our palette is the rainbow, and any color and any expression, and make it your own, and make whatever is comfortable. Because you spend, in a normal world, you spend a significant amount of your day in your office space. So make that space a place of comfort that makes you feel good, makes you feel productive, makes you feel inspired, because that's what you want in your employees, to feel that.
Yeah, I loved it when I went there the first time, because I was there previously to see the format before. It was, I couldn't believe where it was at. To be honest with you, it had that techie feeling. It was just like very, very new, very fresh. I like the monkey that we have in there.
The monkey's the spaceman.
The spaceman.
I mean, we're looking at new frontiers. And then you have the garden. The break room is the anything but boardroom. The boardroom is the anything but boardroom. And we've got the break room is our beach. We've got a huge beach mural, and I've got all the employees. Well, not all of them. I'm getting there. I'm still collecting photos, but we have a whole wall displaying all of our employees at the beach and recreating with their families.
Nice.
And it's just been really a fun space to exist within. I think people walk in and go, whoa, it's so different. It's not.
It is. I'm excited. I'm excited to bring everybody back when all this kind of slows down a little bit with the coronavirus and all that, right? But like it's definitely going to be a good time to bring everybody in. So I want to ask you a couple more questions. So talk to us a little bit about the Undercover Billionaire. Okay. Because we had a lot of requests about that. I was telling you guys earlier the other day, I got a request for Glenn's signature, and I was like, I guess.
It's so funny.
So it's been a big impact, for a lot of people. So can you tell us a little bit about, how the show affected you, or what you thought about it in general? Like any thoughts about it?
Delfino, when he first took this project on, it was like, wait, you're going to leave for 90 days and sleep in your truck? And, his health was compromised.
Right.
That show was supposed to shoot a year before, and he had to have surgery. So I'm telling you, I've never met a tougher person than Glenn. And that man can withstand more pain than any person I've ever met. And he was literally ready to rip the IV out and go shoot. And I'm like, no. You are going to get healthy. You're going to get well. And then if it's meant to be, it will happen. And it did. And a year later, he took off for that 90 days. And, I would Skype him every night. They didn't put that in the show, but every night I would Skype him. And it was hard. It was might have been one of the harder things he's ever put himself through, aside from health struggles and that
Right.
type of thing. But to really, because you build a network, and all of us know you build a network around you. You build your
Yeah.
structure of support. You build your team, people in the corporate world, and those people, the people you surround yourself, are the key to that position of success, that they're able to elevate you. And suddenly he had no one, nada, nothing, no wife,
Yeah.
no kids, no family, no Keely, none
Yeah.
of his support team around him,
Right.
nothing. And all of a sudden it became real. And he had to fight elements. He had to fight health. He had to fight, these barriers that everyday people have to fight. Like,
Mhm.
I don't have a name. I have no money. I need to feed myself. I need
Yeah.
to get a shelter over my head. And these were real issues. And it
Right.
was eye-opening. It was humbling, and
Yeah.
it was hard. You never know in these shows how they're going to spin it, because they have
Right.
control in the editing room to create any show they want. And they
Right.
really created a show of inspiration and real heart and tangible takeaways. And I think that's what really resonated with people. It was so nice to see programming that just wasn't a peek into someone's life, but a manual for
Yeah.
how to conduct, live, walk your life, and walk the talk that so many people have. So
Right.
that, it was great. It was one of the highest rated shows on Discovery. And
Yeah.
then, they've come back to him and say, it did so well, let's do more. And they obviously, you saw the reunion show, which was
Yep.
such a fantastic show. The
Yeah.
reunion show just really tied in a lot and answered a lot of questions that hadn't been answered, and showed some behind the scenes footage that hadn't been seen before.
Mhm.
And continues the wave. And then, Glenn went through that. He felt
Yeah.
so good about reaching the end. He was like, I'm still young. I still got my good years ahead of me.
Yeah.
I want to do this again.
So out of that show came the inspiration for Kind Lending, that was originally going to be Underdog Mortgage, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I was pushing for Underdog. I thought, you're like
Right.
the underdog. You're coming back. But then when you get successful, you're no longer the underdog. So it doesn't quite work. So it was a good idea. But Kind is so much more. It resonates. If you think,
Yes.
Glenn has his podcast, Grit Happens, on Apple, and he had Tom Tate, a dear friend of ours, on, who ran his campaign in Anaheim on kindness, and he won.
Right.
And Anaheim is known as the city of kindness. We have a friend right now creating a documentary on kindness, and he wants to talk to us about kindness in the corporate culture.
Nice.
And and we have this big thing with YPO tonight. We're doing a TED Talk, or actually this week, on the kindness movement. It is something that is really resonating. I think we need it. It's a need. It's important. It's important to be reminded. I mean, it's always been there in the vernacular, kind of underneath in the back seat, but it's in the driver's seat now, because we need it. We need kindness to drive.
Right. And I think that's, to be honest with you, when I'm talking to potential account executives that have applied, and people, operations, everybody calls, hey, Delfino. So I see all this stuff, but what are you guys really about? Like, it's cool that you could do this. I don't really talk about rates with them. I don't talk about guidelines, really. I don't, they have we briefly talk about that. Yes, we have this. Yes, they ask me about what we're really seeing. Is that really true?
Right.
Is it
really,
know what? You know what I mean? And I'm
Delfino, this business is all about the relationship. About the relationship. Anybody can look up numbers. Anybody can do you go through training. I'm not minimizing the skill set we have, because we have the best of the best in this world.
We do.
And so that has come through training, and that has come through years of education and learning, and that you can't take that away. But you cannot teach someone to be kind. You cannot teach someone to be nice or have a good disposition. That comes with your character. Like, you can make an effort to be more kind. And it starts from within. If you're interested, if your experience isn't what you want it to be, it's important to look in the mirror and see, what am I doing that is creating all these situations that are not going my way? Because usually it comes back to what you're putting out, because you're attracting it in.
True.
So if you're leading by fear, you're leading by envy or jealousy, those things do not create success. And so when you talk about, you talk to the brokers, and you talk to the people who are the heartbeat of this corporation, this company. I don't even like calling it a corporation. It's a family. Like, Kind is a family. And when you talk to the members of the family, it's about that relationship. And when the relationship is humming, business just comes in. It just attracts good things. When you put good out, good comes back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think we are attracting really good, kind people. And nobody's perfect. I mean, I don't want to go out and say, oh, we're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
we all have bad days. We all get
Yeah.
frustrated. We all maybe fly off at the handle. That's normal. That's human nature. But the difference between someone who is kind and not is someone who can express their feelings, have their anger, get their frustration out, but then they get back to what's really important. And they can recognize it. Okay, let's start solving the problem. Let's not stay in victim anger. Let's just move forward and find a way to make it happen.
Yeah. And I think that's key, especially with us starting new, right? Like everything's fresh. We were talking about how we built up a system in less than 6 months, like to start delivering.
Remarkable.
That's crazy, right? Like we have some really, really good, talented people. And I think for me and the people that are here, we were attracted to what you just said. And it's true. Okay. Yeah. Like the family atmosphere. Yes, you can get frustrated. Yes, it's the mortgage business. Things don't always go perfect.
They break. Things break down. They don't go through. There's a lot of things. You're dealing with human variables that you're going to have things happen.
Yeah. No, and it's exciting. It's exciting here at Kind Lending, Mindy. You make this place very special, like with the kindness things that we're doing with the team. I know you're working on a lot of other projects. Is there anything else you want to share with us that you might be working on as we finish up here?
Well, Glenn and I have a few things we're working on that should be revealed in the coming months, but I can't say much about it right now. But I
love secrets.
I'm not good at keeping a secret. But just it's more good positive to bring attention to what we're doing and creating more of what we're already doing. And
awesome.
I'm so grateful for the team, for you, for this family of people who are committed to this mantra. I mean, we are in the honeymoon stage. I recognize that. And there's going to be a point where it's like, okay, I got to pick up by my bootstraps, but that's what I'm here for, to remind you that you're doing something right and that you're heading in the right direction and you matter and you count and you're important. And every single one of us in this company is important. So
it is. And I think if you're somebody that's watching this now, and if you're thinking about coming to Kind Lending, really take some time and listening to what Mindy said, because I think that encompasses everything that we are here at Kind Lending. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be, like you said, the honeymoon stage, but the people that we have here from our business initiatives team, Melissa was on the Del Talk 2 weeks ago. Her team is great. Mark Russell's team, Natalie and Chrissy running operations, led by Yvonne, and we have Scott leading his team on that too. Like all these people are trying to make it special, and we're led by you and Glenn's direction. So we appreciate you guys on that. So Mindy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Very appreciative. Yeah, very appreciative. So if they're going to follow you, Mindy, for more information for you, they can contact you at Mindy Stearns at kindlending.com.
Yes. M Stearns at Kind Lending.
Yep.
Kind Lending. And then I've got Facebook. Mindy Stearns at Facebook and Instagram, and I've got my podcast, Friends Some and Then Some, on Apple, and Glenn's is Grit Happens on Apple, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. And we really kind of break down what he does in his life and business wise and the show, and it's a really good chance to sit down and get kind of a one-on-one. We take questions. Team Glenn Stearns at Gmail, and we'll take questions, and we just are always open to be better. And I always say you're never I always say that through pain you learn and you grow, and good feedback is great, but criticism is a good way to learn. And if you can take it and say, maybe we need to change that, or maybe we need to do it right. That's how we all grow. Right. So be open-minded, spread love, spread kindness, sprinkle it everywhere. You don't want it, you don't need a mask to contain kindness. Let it go.
I agree. Well, thank you, Mindy. Thank you for your time again. So
Thanks,
listen,
Delfino.
No problem. So all of you guys that are watching today, we appreciate you watching. Please make sure you follow Mindy on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn as well. And as well for the Kind movement, please make sure you visit us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and visit Glenn at his new website, glennstearns.com. Right?
And my MindyStearns.com. We're all over.
We're all over. Exactly. We're all over. So look for more information. And folks, remember, at Kind Lending, it's not just a business, it's a movement. Okay. So if you want to learn more, you have a lot of avenues to contact us. Okay. Have a great day. Thank you, Mindy.
Thanks, Delfino.
All right. See you later. Thank you.